Hello everyone, you're watching AFL.com.au. It is day one of the 2017 NAB AFL Draft Combine. We're very excited. Cal, Twomey, we're here at Etihad Stadium. What have the guys been up to today?
Not too much, Nat. It is good to be here and be back at the NAB AFL Draft Combine, but they haven't been up to too much today. A little bit of medical testing to see if they're all cleared to test later on the week in the athletics events and all these sorts of things. They've gone through some psychomotor testing as well, all those sorts of things. Just ticking a few boxes to make sure they're all prepared for the tests, which begin in the next few days, but are really easing into sort of start to the combine for the guys. They've gradually come in over the past couple of hours, and here they are, they're just getting ready for the next few days, which will be jam-packed.
Now, the Combine has a little bit of a different look this year in terms of no beep test, and the 3K time trial is now a 2K time trial.
That's right. The yo-yo test is replacing the beep test, so we'll wait and see how that one goes later in the week. And then the time trial on Friday, a condensed version of obviously the 3 kilometre time trial, which will close things out. So looking forward to seeing those new events, see who goes well. Expect the same guys to perform well, who would have performed well in the beep test and the 3 kilometre time trial, to go just as well in the yo-yo and also the 2 kilometre time trial. But those events will be taking place later in the week, and we look forward to them.
So aside, Cal, from the draft hopefuls, there's also a few recruiters hanging around the place, and they'll build up as the week goes on. We managed to catch up with Brisbane Lions recruiting manager Stephen Knoll a short time ago.
How do you view and judge how the 2017 draft pool looks?
We always thought the draft had a nice range of players, and especially some nice players who can go in through the midfield. You know, I think we've mentioned previously that it is a goal for us to start to add some more depth to players that can go through that. So for us, we're really excited about what might be involved for us through this period.
You've got pick one. Are you set on who you might take there?
Not at this stage. I think there's probably 3, 4, perhaps 5 boys at the moment that will head through this period, watch a bit more vision, catch up with them all again, get through trade most importantly, because post-trade we may not even have pick one. So once we get through all that, then we'll really be able to hone in on where it's sort of going to be finished.
Cam Rayner and Luke Davies-Uniacke seem the front runners. Is that fair to say?
I think they've both had really good years. Not only really good years this year, but they've been top end players for quite a few years. I think Luke, since the under-15s when he won the medal, that's been a really a player that's always been at that end. There's a few other boys in there. There's Paddy Dow, there's Adam Shearer, there's Andrew Brayshaw. So look, there are some boys in that end that all have plenty of talent. So yeah, we'll get through all this sort of period and start to really hone in on that sort of top end pick.
So Cal, Stephen, obviously not giving too much away there. In your mind, who's the number one pick?
Well, he's named a few guys there who are in contention, and they're all the obvious types. Included Andrew Brayshaw as well, which some might be a little bit surprised about, but he's right in that top echelon of midfielders now after a second half of the season that was outstanding. For me, I still think Cam Rayner is the number one player in this draft pool. He's exciting, he's explosive, he's a game changer, and he's probably the only guy in this pool that's the real match-winning type. But I can easily see why they go with Luke Davies-Uniacke as well, who's probably more of a premium midfielder than Rayner, who's more of a half-forward/midfielder at this point in their development.
Well, we're hoping to catch up with some of those guys throughout the week, of course, here on AFL.com.au. But someone we did catch up with earlier was Hunter Clark.
How have you viewed your year?
Yeah, it was a bit shaky start, I think. I had a bit of a groin injury, so I missed a fair bit of pre-season. But I think I hit some form towards the end of the year and had a pretty solid final 2 months and finals.
That did seem to be your best patch of the year in playing in that midfield role. Do you think you've sort of proven yourself now as a midfielder?
Yeah, I think probably before then I was a bit shaky in the midfield. I was getting all right numbers. Probably my impact wasn't quite there yet, but the last probably 2 months, probably my best form I've had in the last few years, so it was good.
Well, Hunter Clark there. Cal, where do you see him going in the draft?
Yeah, I still think he's a top 15 player, Nat. He's had an outstanding second half of the season. Moved himself into the midfield to become a really tough inside ball-winning midfielder, uses the ball well on both feet. I see him as a top 15 player, and I think he's the type who can play some good footy next year. All
right, what's on for day 2 on Wednesday of the Draft Combine?
Lots and lots of interviews. Clubs will interview up to 20 players tomorrow, so they'll be rolling through those interviews. Some players will have 15 chats with clubs, so they'll be pretty tired by the end of the day as well. But by the end of the day, they'll actually get the boots on. They'll be out here on the surface and taking a bit of a kick at the goal kicking test and also the kicking test. So we'll wait and see how that one rolls out. And then in the coming days after that, that floor will be ready.
Oh, yeah.
and the 20-metre sprint and all the jumps and all these sorts of things will be taking
Are
place.
we going to get you out there for maybe the yo-yo test?
It's never happening. Every year you say it, it's not going to happen.
We really want Cal Twomey to do some testing here at the Draft Combine. If you think he should, you can tweet us at AFL Draft or at Cal Twomey.
Don't.
We definitely want to see that. All right, thanks guys for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow with another Draft Combine wrap.